Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update on Hashflow, HFT. I've been in this trade for quite a while and I'll go over that, but this count has been very difficult. It looks like a series of 1-2s potentially in play with a really big third wave coming. Or this is something corrective to the upside and we're expecting a collapse. I know it's kind of an either or situation, but there is an important pivot I'm paying attention to change that bias. Now, real quickly on the daily, have this as an ABC, 5 waves down for our C wave, and we had rejection after that to the upside, and right now we're consolidating sideways in previous resistance, which is all a good sign. So going down to the 4-hour, my original trade setup was targeting 83 cents, this fifth wave up here. But again, if this is a series of 1-2s, 3 in play currently, and we get a really impulsive move from here, these would have to get extended to the upside. Nothing says that has to happen. This is just an option available currently. And if you can see on the daily, we have no divergence yet. Which can happen if this is like an ABC or WXY. We could not get divergence here. But if this is an impulsive wave, we'd expect more upside. I'm going to the 4-hour. You can see how difficult this count is. This is the low over here. My first thought here was we had a 1-2 as a leading diagonal. Came down to between the 50 and the 618, just as expected we would do. And off of there, we've had sideways price action, making higher highs, which is a good sign for the bulls. And we've been holding above these levels here, which is also a good sign, and going sideways. But as for being able to get into a really specific count, it's very difficult. Kind of the best I've come up with here is leading diagonals back to back, which I don't love. That's more of a corrective nature unless we are super bullish. But you can see we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's as a leading diagonal, but it doesn't fit like I would like to see it. And we had our running flat here as a WXY, and we've come up again kind of in a corrective nature. So a few things that stuck out to me, which are positive things for this being 3 1-2s back to back, is we've been getting our extensions less than 1-to-1, which you'd expect for 1-2s between the 618 and the 1-to-1. As you can see, our second 1-2 is right in between, looks like about the 786, and our second 1-2 here, same thing. So we're getting less time and size than the previous, which is what we would like. Less than 1-to-1 in time, less than 1-to-1 in price as leading diagonals. Same on both. Holding previous lows, making higher highs, so that's all positives. Originally I had this on a original pitchfork, had to switch that to a modified, which means this is a channel. All a modified is, it's an easy way to put a channel on a chart. So if we take our low pivot, as you can see, offer one, it's just a channel. Easier way to keep track of that. Now, one more thing this could be, and this is how we could come to the downside and still be bullish, is this could all be a leading diagonal. And we could come down, A, B, C, come down to the 50 and the 618 of this entire structure, like so, in which case I would look for a long position from here, stop at the low. That would be a very large 1-2. So that's what I'm expecting if we do fail. I was trying to count this. It could be a series of ABCs, A, B, C, and we could be complete here and come to further downside. But I don't really see that since we have a completed pattern to begin with. So I'd still be bullish, but just down from this area between 27 and 30 cents, which is the 50 and the 618 of this entire structure. But since I'm already in this trade, I'm going to leave this open. We haven't broken any significant levels yet. That wave 2 being the significant level, obviously it's not going to be a series of 1-2s if we break a previous 1-2. The shape does look right on this, and it is less than the 1-to-1, so this could be a large 1-2 altogether here to the upside as a leading diagonal. So that's what I'd be looking for if we break the 2 down here. I'd be looking for a long just from lower. This is my original entry. I got in over here. Again, was expecting a series of 1-2s and expecting this to take off. That did not happen. Doesn't mean this is invalidated, but it didn't happen as expected. So I'm going to leave my entry as is on HFT. You can see we just spiked off the 50. Get rid of these. Make these the same color. Make those white. So there's our 50 of this previous wave, third 1-2 of possible upside. As for time, we want at least 33%. Yeah, we're at between 33 and the 618. Kind of ideal to pivot to the upside from here. Looks like we have an ABC here or a WXY to the downside, but this can fail. So just keep that in mind. If this is 3 1-2s in a row, obviously we're expecting a pretty big move to come. Much higher than 83 cents, but nothing says it has to go there. This can once again be one large diagonal, come back to the downside. And how that would play out would be if this is a 1-2, this would have to be some sort of flat 1-2. We'd have an A, so we'd get 5 waves as either a leading diagonal. Let me see this count here. BC. Yeah, this looks like zigzags, not an impulsive wave down. So it would be more of a complex structure. Again, not sure which one it could be. 3 waves start with a lot of structures. Could turn into a leading diagonal A wave, then a B, then a C, or it could turn into a flat structure here. There's a lot that can happen in this area. Nothing is concrete at the moment. But as of right now, we're getting higher highs, higher lows. So until we get something quite impulsive to the downside, I'm going to leave this trade open. My trade setup is in a good position. I'm past the 618. I'm not going to raise it at this point. But this does look impulsive off the low. So ideally what I would want here is to hold structure, previous resistance as support, which is right here, and look for further upside off this low to keep this count intact. And if we don't get that and we get a higher structure but we make new highs, again, remember to always keep that running flat in play, where this is a completed structure in itself. You'll see that a lot in bullish markets. That's pretty much my go-to in very bullish markets, is the running flat. You'll see them everywhere. But this does not look impulsive at the moment. It looks very corrective. So I'm going to leave my trade in play on HFT. So again, quite bullish on this structure overall. The question is this a series of 1-2s, or is this all a leading diagonal in itself and we get that correction before the third wave? And again, if that happens and we get that correction down between 27 and 30 cents, I'd look for a re-entry there to the upside. All right, guys, that's it for HFT. Sorry it wasn't more clear. This is just what we get in very choppy markets, so we have to play with what we get. There's my original trade entry. I'll show you that in the charts here. You can see my entry here was at 34.96. Current stop is 33.16. Target's $83. So we're risking $100 on the channel account, which is 1% of the 10,000. Current reward is about 26 to 1. Alright guys, so that's it for this one. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out my other videos if you want to see all my trade setups. Thanks for watching.